Hey guys, what's up? This is Reese Bowier with Time Money Marketing, and this is Live 365, Day 16. Hope you guys had a good Tuesday. Today I just wanted to talk about the three most important questions to ask yourself, and to get into that. Today is August 1st, start of a new month, kind of a fresh month. I take every new month as kind of an opportunity as a fresh start. I just had my first call with Marshall Gillen today. I'm in his new mastermind group, guys. It's awesome. I'm stoked to be in there, and it's gonna be crazy, guys. I think this is the start of something big. I got a lot of great value out of my call with him today, and I'm gonna be hopping on a lot more and connecting with him a lot more in the next few months here, guys. So I'm super excited. It's gonna be awesome, and so let's just dive into it right now. Basically, these three questions I actually pulled from a book that I've read before, and I'll give you just the basicness of it, and then we can jump into a little more detail. So basically, the three questions here are, what experiences do you want to have in this lifetime? That's the first question, guys. Number two, how do you want to grow? And number three, how do you want to contribute? All right, so let's dive into this a little bit further. In this book, there's 12 areas of balance, the 12 areas of life, that he talks about for balance. What the 12 areas are for life, are love, friends, adventures, environment, health/fitness, your intellectual life, skills, spiritual life, and then there's also career, creative life, family, and community. And basically, these three questions actually help to satisfy all these different 12 areas of balance. So if we dive into it a little bit further, I actually have the book here. Basically, with the first question, what you're asking yourself is, if time and money were no object and you did not have to seek anybody's permission, what kinds of experiences would your soul crave? All right? And with this first question, it relates to the first four areas of balance out of the 12. So love, friends, adventures, and environment. Right? So the question, if time and money were no object and you didn't need to seek anybody's permission, what would your soul crave? What love experiences would it crave? So what's your ideal love relationship? How would you communicate? What adventures would you go on with that person? What kind of interests would you want them to have? Would you want similar interests? Would you want them to be the complete opposite of you? So with love, with friendships, what kind of friends and what experiences do you want to have with friends? Do you want to be traveling the world with friends? Do you want to be going to the movie every weekend with your friends, or catching up on Skype calls with long distance friends who are off in distant cities? What experiences do you want to be creating with your friends? What conversations do you want to be creating with your friends? When I did the exercise in the book, one thing I wrote down is that my friends, I want people that can go below the surface, right? So people, there's surface talk all the time, hey, how's your week going? How's your day going? Oh, yeah, good, did this, whatever sort of thing. But just like this video right here, the three biggest questions to ask yourself, this is kind of below the surface talk. It's kind of on a deeper level. We're trying to hit a deeper point and really break through that conscious mind and really, shine light on something and probe something in someone's mind, so that maybe a creative spark, something like that, a new idea. So friends, I want to be able to have friends that I can talk to on a deeper level, whether that be talking about the universe, our life goals, who we want our lovers to be, who we're into, anything, right? Just on a deeper level than that everyday kind of surface talk, right? And then the other two are, your adventures. So think about, things that you would just love to do. For me, cliche as it might be, but like skydiving. I've never done it in my life. I remember one time I was at like Universal Studios. They had like a tank that simulates it. But as cliche as it might be, guys, that's like one adventure. Like exotic things like that, exotic sports things. that almost have a bit of a risk to them. I mean, that gets me going, guys. So those are some adventures, right? So you got to think about the adventures, and then the fourth one is your environment, guys. So whether your ideal house, your ideal living setting, all that sort of stuff, guys. Who you're, the kind of that bit of your social life too, right? So now let's move into the second question. Second question is, how do you want to grow? And then the expanded version of that within the book kind of ties in with the first one too. Is in order to have the experiences above in those four areas that we just talked about, how do I have to grow? What sort of man or woman do I have to evolve into? And this satisfies the next four pillars. The next four pillars were health slash fitness, intellectual life, spiritual life, and your skills, right? So I'll restate the question. In order to have those experiences above, how do you have to grow? How do you have to evolve as a person? So, health and fitness. How do you want to look 5, 10 years from now, 20 years from now? What do you want your diet to be? What sort of fitness systems, food systems do you want to try out? Just because out of sheer curiosity, not because you need to bulk in winter and cut in summer, but maybe do a strength density one or an athlete program that's focused solely on endurance and building up power in your legs and agility and athletic power like that. Just because you want to, right? What kind of fitness things do you want to be adopting? Different food, people go vegetarian, people go vegan, people try out different things, pescatarian. Try it all out, guys. See what you like. You might find something that you really enjoy that you never would have discovered if you had never tried, right? And then intellectual life. So how do you have to grow intellectually? What do you have to learn? What do you have to get those experiences, to get those adventures whatever adventures you want to have, to be in that environment that you want to be in, to get that spouse or that lover, have those friendships that you want. How do you have to grow as a person, right? So that's kind of follows into the intellectual life. And then skills. What skills do you have to grow for your business, for yourself, to follow for love, friends, adventures? What skills do you need to be able to go do those things? So whatever it might be, building up your business. And then your spiritual life as well. So how do you want to grow spiritually? Do you want to, if you're religious, do you want to continue with that religious practice? Do you want to dive deeper into that? Or do you want to try out a variety of different practices and see which one works best for you? Maybe pick a few key points from many religious practices and then kind of govern your life around many different guiding principles that work in this 21st century and are applicable and good principles to live by, right? The golden rule: love thy neighbor. Why not adopt that rule and live by it? So that's your spiritual life. And then this brings us to the third part, is how do you want to contribute, right? And the expanded version of that is, if I have the experiences above and have grown in these remarkable ways, then how can I give back to the world? And this is in your career, your creative life, your family life, and your community. All right, so for career, it just depends whether you're creating your own career or everyone's creating their own career, but whatever you're following, it doesn't matter where you guys are working. How can you contribute? So in your career to your field, so say it's hard to think, but say you're an accountant, right? And you work for a firm, right? And maybe you're not really focused on the vision of that company, but you could still contribute to the field. Maybe figure out a better way to do their accounting process to automate it better for them, or maybe improve it so that there's less errors throughout the year. Whatever it might be, guys, you can figure out ways to contribute to your field of career choice, whatever you guys are working in and pursuing actively. And then creative life. So how can you contribute? Creative, that has to do with your passion, right? Career has a lot to do with your visions for your career, the work you want to do, how you can impact the world that way. Creative, this is one of the areas of balance. So this is your passion. So whether that's photography, art, singing, music, reading, dancing, teaching people, help, whatever it might be. How can you give back to the world? Some people love photography. So why not, in your spare time, figure out a cool way to make that impactful and be able to give back to people and actually provide value in some way, right? And then with your family life and then community. Family would, be the people that have been there from the start with you, that brought you into this world. Your parents, your siblings, all those sort of people. How can you help them out? How can you give back? Because they've all helped you and they've all given to you. And then your community, that could be as big as the whole world, down to just the friends that you hang out with every day. So I try to help my friends if they got questions, if they need help with different things. I'm always there to help my friends, right? But I also want to be able to impact the world on a very larger scale. So you guys got to figure out how you want to be able to give back to your community, whether it's your actual community, neighborhood, your city, your state, your nation kind of thing. And it doesn't matter whether it's big or small, as long as you're working towards giving back and providing value. It's all a cycle, guys, right? We're all here to learn, grow, and give back to those that allowed us to be here and be doing this all. It's constantly evolving, guys. So let's evolve with it and make sure we're getting these evolving, helping people, growing. We want to have experiences, guys, right? That's where we can find happiness, as an experience. One quote is, happiness is bounded by the limits of our experiences. So that's a cool quote to live by. And then growth, guys, that's essential, guys. You got to be always growing, always learning new things, whether that be, ways to automate your business, new meditation practices, new fitness practices, new eating habits, new sleeping routine. Always switch it up, guys. Always grow, always learn, experiment. That's key. And then once you've done all that, figure out a way that you can give back and really contribute to the world, guys. All right. So I'll wrap it up. That'll wrap it up for day 16 of the Live for 365. I am pretty tired here, getting a little bit late, but it was a busy day, guys. Had a couple meetings with the clients. It was a real good day. Good start to the month, and I'm stoked for it all. So this was day 16. We'll be live every day for the rest of the month and the rest of the year, guys. So peace out and have a good night.